so intense, I could picture everything. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having the best day ever. Today, I decided to start filming this video because I'm going to read some hyped new releases, and I decided why not film my thoughts and my reviews directly after I finish the books. So that's what we are doing. And the books that I chose for this video, I chose 3 books. Maybe it would be 4, but for now I chose to read The Shield of Sparrows, Silver Elite, and A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen. And maybe if I have enough time until I publish the video, I will also read, because this is a book that I'm going to read too, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. If not, I will include it in the next new releases video, or a sort of a wrap-up or a weekly wrap-up video, because since I'm not doing any monthly wrap-ups right now, I'm thinking about, I need to tell you about the books that I'm reading. And maybe a better idea would be to do weekly wrap-ups to let you know what I think about the books that I'm currently reading. And for Shield of Sparrows, I already finished this book, and it was so good. It was so good. It deserves all the hype. I enjoyed it so much. I was like, okay, let's see. I'm going to have low expectations, especially when there is a lot of hype and a lot of people praising the book. I was like, okay, low expectations and just try to enjoy the book. And I loved it so much. First of all, the world with the monsters sent by the gods was very fresh. I'm not saying that we didn't see worlds with monsters before. We've seen that before, but these monsters are so unique, and I love the mystery. Okay, let me go back for a second. This world, we are living in this realm called Calandra, and in Calandra we have 5 kingdoms, and humans live in this world with monsters that roam the world, monsters sent by the gods a way for the gods to remind humans of their might and of their power. And the name of the book, Shield of Sparrows, comes from this very old treaty that these kingdoms have between each other. It is bound by magic, so they cannot break it, that generations and generations of princesses and princes, they have to marry from each other. So it is already decided for you, arranged marriages between the royal heirs between kingdoms to keep peace in the world and to enhance trade and everything else. And we follow Odessa. She's the princess in the kingdom of Quentis. And what I loved about this book is that Odessa is just a normal girl, just like us. She just wants to live in peace, leave her alone to do her own thing. She loves to swim and she loves to draw, and she does not want anything to do with politics or being a queen or anything like that. She just wants to live her life in freedom. And I really love that about her. She's not a fighter, she's not a warrior, she's just a regular person. And on the other side, we have her half-sister. Her name is May. May is ruthless. She's a warrior, she's a fighter, she's a spy, and like her father, her father always prepared her to be the sparrow. So the princesses that get married, they are called sparrows in this treaty. He prepared her to be the princess that is going to be a queen to the other kingdom. So she's the ruthless one. And when the day comes, the Prince of Torah, it is the other kingdom that is going to marry one of the princesses here. The Prince of Torah did not choose May. He chose Odessa. So the king was furious, and because he had plans, he wanted to send a spy, and just his plans went out of the window. So now Odessa is the one that is going to the other kingdom, and everything starts from there. and it was so engrossing. The story was so interesting, and it just kept me turning the pages because there is a mystery. There are a lot of mystery elements in the story woven in this fantasy that would keep you on the edge of your seat, and that really kept me turning the pages at a very high, crazy speed. And I legit couldn't put it down. I needed answers. We are trying to find a solution for a problem, but we are also trying to find the truth behind something. I'm keeping it vague so I don't spoil anything, but know that there is a mystery that is so interesting that will keep you turning the pages. And the plot twists, oh my God. Well, there is one that I knew about from the beginning, but the others, they kept coming and I didn't see them coming, and I enjoyed them so much. Also, the fighting scenes with the monsters, oh my God, so cinematic, so well done, so intense. I could picture everything. I loved the fighting scenes with the monsters, and also I loved that the author, Devney Perry, she had the monsters on her Instagram page. If you go, there is a post with all the monsters because Odessa, she draws, and she had portraits of all the monsters in her notes and everything. So we got like Odessa's notes. I really loved going back to that post while I was reading about them and taking a look at the monsters while reading the book. And the romance, oh my God, it was such a delicious slow burn, and the tension and the longing, and I was screaming at the page because they are just not kissing already, because the tension was so delicious. I loved the romance so much. I mean, she's a romance writer, so she can write romance very well. And the stuff that goes down at the end of the book straight up eviscerated me. Plus, my jaw was on the floor with all the reveals, all the twists, and the action scenes. Oh my God. Explosive doesn't even begin to cover it. Absolutely wild. I was looking at the page and I was like, what is happening? I need help. What is happening? It was so good. It's one of the best endings that I've read during this year. It is so good, and I cannot wait to pick up book 2. And I'm so sad that we just got book 1, so it's going to be a little while before we get book 2. And that ending, I'm unwell. I'm unwell. It was so good. So good. Yes, absolutely. This deserves all the hype. Read it. Also, I forgot to mention, I got the audio on Libby, and the audio is so good. Highly recommended too. And the next book that came in, also my hold came in, is A Curse Carved in Bone. I know I didn't haul this book yet, but I received it a couple of days ago. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition, but you will see it in a haul. My hold came in too from Libby, so I decided I'm going to read A Curse Carved in Bone just after I returned this book. So I already started. I think I'm on chapter 6 maybe, and we already got a lot of action, and I'm having a great time seeing Freya in her rage. So yeah, I'm having a blast meeting these characters again, and I will get back to you once I finish this book. Okay, you guys, I finished A Curse Carved in Bone, and this was one of my most anticipated releases of 2025. I was so excited to read the finale to this duology and read more about Björn and Freya's romance, but it didn't deliver in that department, and I'm so sad to tell you that the romance was lacking in this book, and that is the thing that bothered me the most. I mean, I still enjoyed the journey, the adventure, but I wanted more. That is why I fell in love with The Fate Inked in Blood, because the romance was there. The tension, it was so well done. And here, we focused more on the Jarl and who's the person who's going to lead these people. And I mean, as I said, the story is still interesting, but I wanted more romance. The tension and the attraction that we got in book one aren't here, unfortunately, in my opinion. And also, after what happened at the end of book one, Björn kept begging, or not begging, he kept explaining himself and asking for forgiveness. But Freya, yeah, she didn't want to hear it, and it dragged. It dragged for like 150 pages, and it felt a little bit repetitive in that aspect. And it lacked groveling and begging. I wanted him like to grovel and beg for her forgiveness and to show her how much he cares for her and how much he's willing to do to gain her trust again, you know, but he didn't do it. And maybe she's right to hang on to her anger because he just didn't do it. And also, for some reason, I didn't feel like Björn's character wasn't the same as the character that we met in book one. He lacked a lot, like, badass and like being like a Viking man, you know, that this badass warrior. It felt like he's not the same character. I know he was following her around, and like I felt like he kept just following her around. It bothered me a little bit. Also, as I said, like the yearning and the longing, they aren't there, unfortunately, and their conversations fell flat, and like there weren't any chemistry, in my opinion. Just my opinion, but like I really wanted to love this book. But as I said, the story is good. The romance wasn't to my liking personally. The communication was a bit rough, and there weren't a lot of romantic moments between them that I was really looking forward to. I just had a hard time staying invested in their relationship, especially compared to how much I loved them in book one. But with that being said, a lot of the plot twists that happened I didn't see coming. As I said, the story in itself is not bad at all, but yeah, I wanted more romance, but as a duology, it's not bad at all. I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but like it felt a little bit underwhelming. I wanted to see more Freya and Björn, the Freya and Björn that we met in book one. But I still think it's worth reading if you are looking for a Norse mythology retelling with gods and magic, and with a character who is trying to rewrite her own fate. I think you will enjoy it, but just keep in mind that the second book, we have much less romance than the first book. And after I finished A Curse Carved in Bone, I picked up Silver Elite, which is so hyped right now. Everywhere I turn, Silver Elite. So yeah, I decided, I need to read it. I need to read it and see what the hype is about. And now I think I'm like more than 50%, I want to say, into the book. And I'm really enjoying it so far. It is fast-paced. It hooks you from the beginning. It is a dystopian world with some supernatural powers, you can say. And our main female character, her name is Ren. She's now training to become a part of a group of soldiers, an elite group of soldiers. And she's working for the resistance, you can say, or the revolution in secret. So yeah, there is a lot of attraction between her. I mean, you can compare it a little bit to Fourth Wing, the attraction between Ren and Cross, the physical attraction in the beginning between Violet and Xaden. And I'm really having a good time with it so far. I'm going to continue reading it, and once I finish it, I will come back here and give you my full review, of course. Bye! Okay, you guys, I just finished reading Silver Elite, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't give it 5 stars. I gave it 4.5. It's not quite there, but it was so bingeable and so enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. If I want to describe this book in 2 words, it is Divergent meets 3 words meets Fourth Wing. We don't have any dragons or anything, but Divergent because of the world, and we are in this dystopian world, and Fourth Wing because of the relationship between the romance between Violet and Xaden, and like he's the captain and she's the recruit. Yeah, we are in this world. It is a dystopian world, as I said. We have the primes who do not possess any powers, and the modified, the mods, and they have powers. And our FMC, when she is one of the modified, and they possess the powers. They possess a lot of powers, but the main one is being a psychic and a telepath, and like they can speak to each other's minds. And when they do that, their veins glow silver, and that's how they detect them. And because they are feared, they are hunted down and either killed or sentenced to a lifetime in labor camps. And of course, since Ren has these powers and she's very powerful too, and also she does not have these silver veins that pop, she does not have that, so they cannot detect her that easily. And she was very well trained by her uncle. So she has to live in hiding. And she got recruited in this very special unit, a military academy for like special elite training. And she got recruited. And now she's basically training with her enemy. And the head of that unit is our MMC Cross. The stakes in this book are perfection. It really, it gives you like, she cannot trust anyone, trust no one vibes. And I loved every second of it because we are always under pressure that we are hiding our identity with her. And the military academy setting is so cool. The training, the drills, it gave the story such a gritty, intense vibe that I was totally into. And the constant pressure added so much intensity. It kept the tension high and the pacing sharp, and it really made me fly through this book. The strategy lectures, the teamwork, the physical training, the shooting training, a lot of things are happening, and it keeps you turning the pages. And it really felt like the book didn't drag. Everything was there for a reason. And I loved following their day-to-day life in this academy and the interactions and the relationships that she built with her, I want to say friends, but like friends with caution, and enemies too that she's made. And overall, the academy life was so entertaining. I loved Ren's character. She's badass, she's cunning, she's fierce, she's sassy, and she's so funny. And her inner monologue too is so hilarious. And Cross, he's this like dark, mysterious, and very charming leader. And like he knew exactly what to say to her to make her fume. And I loved it. And their romance, I loved their romance because it was physical in the beginning, and she didn't want to have any attachment because of things that happen. And I don't want to say too much, but then it builds, slowly builds, and they start to slowly lower their guards. And I loved seeing that so much. Yeah, I loved seeing their relationship develops over time, and their banter is so good. And the plot twists, a lot of them, I enjoyed them so much. One, I was like, I had my theories, but the other ones, they caught me totally off guard, and I really enjoyed them. And yeah, overall, like the book is very easy to read. The writing is so easy to get into. It took me from the first chapter, to be honest. And the pacing is so on point. The book did not drag at all. All parts were there for a reason. And like, I didn't feel like there was a slower pacing at some point or anything. No, I was just flipping through the pages and really, really having a good time. It's not like revolutionary or anything, but it's really, really enjoyable. So I recommend, I approve, I really recommend if you want a dystopian world with people who have certain powers and very, very easy to love characters. Highly, highly recommend. I want to know more about the side characters, and maybe we will see that in the future books. But yeah, I really recommend if you are in the mood to read a fast-paced book, a dystopian with a hot romance and filled with like action scenes and a fast-paced story, try this one. And yeah, that was the last book for this video, but I still want to read The Night and the Moth and a couple of other new releases too. So I'm probably going to film another one of these and maybe make it into a jar, TBR jar, or like not a TBR jar, but like a jar chooses my books, my reads for the week. And yeah, if you've made it this far, leave me any bird emoji of your choice and let me know if you've read this book or the other books that I mentioned in this video. Let me know what you think about them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!